Here behind me is Jimmy Pat's little cottage. He lived here with his wife Fran and his family for quite some years. Jimmy Pat was one of the first men in Australia to go overseas to compete in competition skiing overseas. We often used to come up here when we were starting our business here in Kiandra and stay in this little cottage, and we loved it so much. One night the roof got very heavy and we heard this great huge crack through the night, and we flew out of bed and the ceiling had come down in a moon shaped, and so the next morning first thing we did was hop up on the roof and shovel some of the snow off. These things happened a lot those days because the snow was very thick and came very constantly, that
was in 1964. One of the biggest snowfalls, the biggest snowfalls I think was ever recorded in a short period of time. All the wombats and rabbits were killed here because they eventually got so weak, couldn't dig themselves out of the burrows to get some food, and it wiped the wombats and rabbits out in the Kiandra area. That was in 64, and that's the winter we spent the whole winter in Jimmy Pattinson's house that winter. And
we were there one night and we heard this knock on the door. Our friends had been married about a week before, and when we opened the door, here they were on their honeymoon and said, "Hello, we've just called in for some accommodation." So they came and they stayed 3 nights. They only came for 1 night, but they ended up staying 3 nights with us. And they often talk now about our honeymoon that we spent in Jimmy Pat's house at Kiandra.